Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. And this is another Whiteboard Wednesday. You need a budget, you also need support from YNAB. And today I want to talk about support. It's an apology, and it's also kind of a where we were, where we are, and where we want to be. So, in the spirit of the political process, I'm just going to be totally transparent and put it all out there and shoot perfectly straight. And walk through a few things. So we've got then. This is all about YNAB support. You won't learn anything about budgeting today, but you might, if you're a business owner, learn something. Then, now, and then our goal. This is pre-launch of the new YNAB. This is now, and this is where we'll be in short order. 3 months, 6 months, something like that, as fast as we can. First, in the people department, we were at 4, and we had full-time people that would jump on with launch, and we thought that would be okay. We'd ramp up from 4 a little bit with full-time people helping and then come back down. Never even came close. We were immediately overwhelmed with the launch. In 1 week, we had 1 year's worth of emails. And that has obviously declined because the launch has happened, and we've seen kind of a denouement there, but it's still way higher than it used to be. So now we have 12 part-time support people. They're phenomenal. A lot of them are still learning, but they are learning super fast, which is awesome. So kudos to them. We have a goal of getting 20. May 1st, I believe, we'll start our next round of hiring, 6 more. And if you're interested in working for YNAB in a support position, maybe after you see this, you won't be, but maybe you will be. You can go to our /jobs page and check it out. I believe we are always taking applications because of this. So we want to get to 20 and have manpower. Now, some of the stuff we've seen, I'll move down to direct import. It is a killer feature. Competitively, it is a feature that we saw that if we really want to get more people on YNAB, we have to have it. Am I loving it at the moment? No. Do I wish it weren't there? A lot of the time, yes. It's magic when it works, and then for 15% of you, it's a total fail. We're working on stopgaps like our bank file import feature instead of using the direct import, but that's still taking some time, and I wish it would have rolled a little differently. So previously, we had no support tickets regarding direct import. Now about half of our tickets are direct import, and it's a big amount. Not only are half of them, but they're tougher to troubleshoot. We've got to coordinate with our third-party provider and get back data from them, and then coordinate with you, and it's just a hairier ticket. It's not like, hey, how does reconciliation work? It's just hairier. So these tickets are not only voluminous, but also technically more challenging. My goal is to get direct import issues. There will always be issues. It's a state of the industry, of banks not necessarily being keen on having other people scrape data and things like that. I'm hoping we get it down to about 15% of our support tickets, because moving down to type, back in the day, we would support people mostly on how you budget. You just support tickets like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And we would teach them budgeting. Now, so much of what we're doing in support is technical. How to fix this, how to fix that. And it doesn't feel nearly as good as teaching. So I would love to get the tech going away, get things fixed, and get back to teaching people budgeting. We'll get there. It's already looking good. It's trending that way. I think it's just a matter of time. But it leads me to this. Before, technically, we had a dev occasionally working on support. Right now, we have essentially 2 full-time developers that are working on support-related things. And this means that we can't build other features in the app, but support is critical. If we can't support the app, we can't sell it. And that's why I'm totally okay having these devs here, but I would love to have things kind of buttoned up a little tighter, and we could get to maybe 1 full-time developer worth of work as it relates to support. And we've seen, because 50% of the tickets are direct import, we've seen that this is not just a manpower issue where you could say, hey, let's get that to 40 and then it's solved. There is a lot of engineering behind it, a lot of technical stuff. And that's why it's taken us longer. We can't just throw people. We can't say, oh, once we throw people, we'll get through this hump. It's not a hump. It's like an issue that will be ongoing that we need to learn how to cope with and manage well, so that people are getting fantastic support, like what we used to give and what we haven't been giving right now. The medium is going to change. Right now, or back before, we would do email support. Now we're doing email support, and when we can manpower up and get technical challenges overcome, then we will get back to email support. Plus, I want to be able to offer in-app live support. So when you have a question, you just pop something up, type, someone gets back to you quickly. Right now, 65% of our support cases are answered in 2 hours or less. But then you have another big outlier that brings down our average response time, that is these direct import issues where unfortunately most of them you can't fix in 2 hours. Or there's a lot of back and forth, which is frustrating for you guys as YNABers. So we will get to where 85–90% of our support cases I want answered in less than an hour. I want more than an hour to be the exception to the rule. I think in-app live help will do that. Now, that's just kind of a then and now and where we're going. I want to just say, had we known what we would see technically as far as trouble from the direct import feature, we would have launched it differently. You know, hindsight's 20/20. But we got slammed, and we keep getting slammed, and we're scrambling, but we have solutions that we're working on that will make things better so that we can get to where they are just a smaller amount of support, and we can get back to just teaching people budgeting and getting them back to managing their money and following the rules. That's where it all counts. So I want to just apologize for those of you that have written in and you've waited, or you've written it again, or you got an auto reply back. The goal here, turn off all auto replies. Auto replies aren't friendly. We'll get those turned off. For now, it was basically a stopgap for us to be able to stay above water. Those will be all turned off, and when you get a response from us, it'll be from one of us and not just a machine. Anyway, I apologize that we have been giving such lackluster support. It is not for lack of trying on our support team's side. They are doing the best they can possibly do. They are phenomenal. They've been working long hours. They've just been grinding it out. This has nothing to do with the team. I love them to death, and they're awesome. Couldn't ask for a better team. This is just the environment we're in. Given the launch, given these technical issues we didn't foresee, we got nailed. So I apologize. It will get better. It's still going to take us some time, but it will get better. So as always, right, we're looking ahead and we're planning for the future, and we want to kind of basically, just like you do with Rule 2, where you're evening out those big expenses, we'd like to get our support kind of evened out and not to be such a bear. So we can teach you guys more about budgeting, answer your questions, and yeah, essentially just help you be more successful in reducing your financial stress. I've got support stress right now, but I think we have a method for knocking it down. So we will. Anyway, I will see you guys next week, and we'll go back into the normal programming where we'll talk about budgeting, we'll teach budgeting, but I just wanted to put this out there to let y'all know where we were, where we are, and where we are headed. Ask for your forgiveness, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.